Cleaning your birdhouses. Well, you can do that anytime from early winter to maybe the end of February. In colder areas, maybe a little bit later, like if you're up in the mountains in Pennsylvania, it's before the birds start to nest in the birdhouses. Now, I'll talk in a minute about why you need to clean them, but as you're cleaning them, a couple things. It is pretty much a requirement to wear rubber gloves. These are nitrile gloves. They're the gloves I use for spraying with chemicals or cleaning with chemicals, and they're great. I also recommend, as you're cleaning your birdhouses, you also can use masks. This is a simple one. This is closer to an N95. You can use that too, but there are certain things that might be in the birdhouses you don't want to breathe in. So that's going to be important. I also disinfect, well, really the term I learned when I was doing tissue culture work under Dr. Mirashigi at University of California at Riverside. It's called disinfest. It's a surface disinfectant. Disinfectants go into the wood and stuff, but pretty much I'm just cleaning the surface. Now, this is a good disinfectant. It is probably got 8 different materials. They use this inside hospitals, on countertops, and it really does a good job killing anything or preventing anything for a few minutes when you're cleaning. Now, I will tell you, if you read in the data, you're going to find, in fact, my dad labels everything so I don't take it and lose it. It says, Andre only. But this is, and they've changed bleach. It is now, in most cases, called concentrated bleach. So the bleach, this is 3 times more powerful, 7.5%, than what we used to have. So when this was only about 2%, 2.5%, you would use about 1 part of bleach to 9 parts water, roughly 1 to 10. Now they've tripled the concentration, but they have not updated the online information regarding this. They have with maybe plants and things of that nature, but cleaning surfaces and stuff, it still says it's like 1 to 10. It ought to be 1 to 30 is what you should be using. So there are reasons why you're going to clean your birdhouse or your nesting birdhouses. And here you can see it is filled up to here. It not only might have mites, it may even have baby ticks. I'm not sure what it has, but it can have some things that may be harmful to your baby birds or adult birds. The other thing I did read, I mean, I always like to learn something new, is if your baby birds are more closer to the bottom, it does help them resist maybe raccoons going in, or the snakes may not sense them near the top, so, and predators. So what they're saying is cleaning out the birdhouse goes a long way in helping protect the birds. So, first thing, most important thing, put on your gloves. That's an easy thing to do. These are great. These are 5 mil nitrile gloves, and they're pretty good at resisting chemicals. Well, let me get my more simple mask and put on your mask. I also have eyewear to protect, but it's easier for me to see without the glasses. So you're going to go in here and you're going to remove last year's, because we cleaned this last spring, and you're going to come in and you're going to clean the last year nesting materials. And if you look carefully, look at all that dust and everything, and you don't really want to breathe that in. So after that, a couple different types of brushes you can use. So I like to come in and clean out. I have a plastic brush and I have a really good wire brush. And it's mainly on the bottom. And the good thing about the bleach or this spray, it's gone when it dries. So I'm going to spray the inside. It sort of evaporates. And that's the great thing about the bleach products. As soon as they evaporate, they're almost gone. Now, some articles say don't use it, but I'm going to tell you, usually the bleach is much better than an alcohol mix, and except this mix has 8 different things. This is what hospitals use, and it's great. It evaporates. And so what I'm going to do then, now some people recommend rinsing them. If it's close enough to your house, you can rinse this when you're done, but in some cases you can't. I'm going to spray it again and let it sit. And we also have other birdhouses that we can clean. Usually I like to clean them all the same day so I don't miss or forget any. There are 3 main birds that nest in our birdhouses. Tree swallows, which are beautiful, bluebirds, but then we also have a couple house sparrows. Now, not everybody likes house sparrows, but some of these birdhouses, they've been in them for like close to 10 years. And the bluebirds try to come back every year, and so do the tree swallows. So again, I'm going to reach in with my hand and take. Now I'm not breathing this in. It's going away from me. But again, I'm going to clean out the house. I'm going to brush it out with the brush, and then I'm going to spray it. But the reason I wanted to show you this house is over time, either birds or squirrels or raccoons tend to widen the opening. Now, this opening was slightly too big for bluebirds. There is a specific size opening that is made of copper or stainless that is ideal for bluebirds. When they get a little bigger, you can have things like the house sparrow or other birds that can get in and nest. And really, I like to keep this one for the bluebirds. I should have gotten an opening that might have been, well, about a quarter of an inch smaller would have been perfect. But if you don't have birdhouses in your backyard, I do suggest that you invest in a couple birdhouses so you can have more enjoyment with your birds that come to your house every year. Here's a great example. In fact, this is the birdhouse I cleaned last spring. But you can see inside about how much debris has built up over time, over 1 year. And in fact, I saw house sparrows in some of these birdhouses just the other day. I believe they were inside because it was so cold outside. I'm Mark Viette. I live in the Shenandoah Valley, and we did get very cold. We went down to about 0 or 1 degree Fahrenheit without the wind, and that is cold. And so again, I've got my gloves. This debris is blowing away from me, but I am cleaning this house and getting rid of it, and the wind is taking it away. It's mainly, one thing I'm going to have to look up is what birds nest in. Those other 2 houses were leaves and ornamental grasses. This house was nested in all pine needles. So, I'm not quite sure which birds were in there last year, but they use pine needles, which are great to use as nesting material. But again, I'm going to clean this, brush this, spray this, and it'll be ready this week for new birds to start coming in and building their nests.